Hi everyone, Christina Austin here, or you may know me as the Almost Hippie. I'm just recording a presentation that I did to my team a couple of weeks ago. I thought I would redo it again to share publicly here with everyone. Just covering our LRP, like Loyalty Rewards Program, and why I love it. And hopefully you guys can get a little bit out of it. So shout out to the Organised Housewife, where I got this awesome graphic, so thanks for that. Yeah, so why I love doTERRA's Loyalty Reward Program and why you should too. So if you're already participating in this program, you will know how awesome it is, and hopefully this video will give you some tips and tricks to make it even better. And if you're not participating in it, then hopefully this will give you an idea of why we're all raving mad about it. So here we go. So what is LRP? So basically it is doTERRA's monthly auto ship program with doTERRA reward you for being a loyal customer. The reasons that I love it is, one, it's so convenient. Two, when you order through this program to get your oils, it's far more valuable value for money than if you were to just do one-off orders. And then three, free stuff. Oh yeah, love me some free stuff. I'm actually so much about the free stuff that I love it. So I'm just going to cover these three things, and hopefully you enjoy it. So convenience. So for me, the fact that you can order online in your PJs at 2 a.m. if you fancy, or 2 p.m. if you're still in your pajamas, like whatever, it's awesome. You can just do it whenever you like. It's delivered to your door monthly, and like seriously, that purple box coming to my house every month is like my favorite delivery. And it's 100% customizable, so you can change everything. You can change what you're ordering, you can change the date, you can change how you're paying, you can even change where it's delivered, and you can do it as often as you like, as long as you do it before it's due to be processed. So it's just literally so convenient that I can get things delivered to me without having to take my 2 kids out of the house. You know, I can do it on my phone, I can do it on my laptop, I can do it on my iPad, I can just do it anywhere, and it's amazing. So you order this through your back office, you log in. If you don't have an LRP template set up, you create a new one, choose a date, add your orders and your product, you enter the shipping address, payment details, and you complete your order. And then you wait impatiently for that purple box to arrive. But it's just so simple. That's all you need to do. And it's 100% within your control. You can even cancel it. Like, you're not locked into this. Even if you start one, you don't have to stay on it. Hopefully by the end of this, you will understand why I would cry tears if I accidentally deleted my LRP. So doTERRA know that, and you cannot delete it online. You actually have to ring up and do it. So you will see by the end of it why I am so grateful for that step. Because yeah, there would be serious tears if I did it accidentally. And if you want to know how to do it, I'll put a YouTube step-by-step video in the comments of the actual how to set it up. But that's basically all it involves. 100%, so much value for money, so much. You're generally just switching the spend. I've found with the oils, I'm not adding any additional cost monthly. I'm actually just redirecting what I was already spending. I replace common household products with natural low tox alternatives, and I get it at wholesale. So you can do one-off orders wholesale, but you're going to see why LRP is even better when I start talking about the points. And you even can get some LRP only discounts, so things that you can't have access to if you're just ordering standard orders. So the value for money is like my favorite part of it when I'm talking about this with my husband. Oh, and free stuff, actually. I just love it all. I love this. You need to get onto LRP, it's so good. Yeah. So as a quick example of switching the spend, I've just taken these off the internet, off Coles online. Just a general household cleaner, 500 mils, cost you $3. You can purchase On Guard cleaner concentrate, $18. That'll make you 500 ml bottles, 18. So they work out to be $1 each, like $1 each and 18. So one, you have to buy less because you're gonna get 18 bottles out of it. It's gonna reduce the plastic in your house because you're just refilling the same glass bottle that you can use over and over and over. So it's good for your house, it's good for the environment, and it's good for your dollar. Like, you are getting 3 times more as if you were just to buy one bottle for $3. So switching the spend really is the best thing. It's so good. Actually, I say everything is the best thing, so like, you know, I'm just going to repeat myself over and over. So just remember, when you're doing your LRP and you're buying every month, you are switching up what you would already buy. So it's amazing. Oh, that's probably not compliant. Switch the spend, you know, things like limes. I don't think I've ever seen limes for $3.70. I'm not sure what date I got this off Coles, but they say that you could get 5. So, you know, and that's also a thing, like, it's seasonal. You know, that if you don't use them all the time, they could go off. The thing with replacing it with something like a lime essential oil, you get 250 drops per bottle. It's 17 Aussie dollars. That works out to be 6.8 cents per drop, like literally less than 10 cents a drop, and you get 250 of them. So in our house, we generally use limes for Corona. So that's a lot of bottles. That's amazing. You know, but also in food, and I find if I don't use them all, you know, they get at the bottom of the fridge and then like they go hard and they're off, and I'm like, it's okay if you misplace your lime bottle for a couple of weeks because it's going to be fine. So that's amazing. So switching the spend, when you're going through, just think of what you already purchased. And obviously with this lime bottle, you can replace it with most of the citrus oils, you know, so lemons, if you're thinking about how you purchase them, grapefruit, bergamot, so all of the things. It's amazing. So always think about that when you're purchasing through your LRP. So when I think of things that I've switched out in my house, there are so many products that I was using regularly that I'm now able to just purchase in one monthly order. So that, you know, that's things like my hair care, my body products, my air fresheners, herbs, all of those kind of things I've been able to replace with these beautiful doTERRA products. You know, I've got like the emotion oils that you can replace and use as a perfume now. There's basil and a ton of other herb oils that I've been able to use as a replacement. There's the muscle rub there that I don't now need to purchase somewhere else. I've got my toothpaste and my cleaner concentrate. I get my monthly supplements, and I'm going to show you later on how to get them even cheaper. My skincare, everything just comes in that beautiful purple box to my door. Oh, so good. I'm a bit excited, sorry. So yeah, so number 2, value for money, switching the spend. Amazing, amazing. And you know what, that's less trips to the supermarket with my kids. Because I will tell you, going to the supermarket with my kids is not a fun day out, just FYI. And another way that you can get your value for money when you're talking about purchasing through your LRP, when you purchase your supplements, this is a perk that you only get if you're ordering your supplements through an LRP order. So you will not get this option if you just do a standard one-off. So I absolutely always take advantage of this when I'm topping up my supplements. So I currently order my supplements through the American warehouse, so that I can take advantage of this. So if you have a look here, $79.50, and then you have a look at some of our other products like the Mito 2 Max, the Awesome Kids products. The biggest one that you really save on is the Deep Blue Complex. It sits at $71.50 US dollars on its own, right? PBSs and Terrazyme, I cannot stress enough how amazing those products are. So if you have a quick look at these prices, when you're ordering your monthly vitamins through LRP, you have the opportunity to add these products at heavily discounted prices. So yeah, my lifelong vitality, which I also like to nickname Mum Crack because I need it to survive. It's so good. When I buy that, I get the option of adding 3 more supplements. So if you have a look down here, this deep blue complex, you saw it was $71.50 on its own. If you purchase it when you're purchasing your LLB products, you can actually get it at $24. So you could get 3 of them for the price, or just a little bit over. So that is saving is massive. If you're already ordering this through the US warehouse, this is how you can get 3 times, and also getting our LLV, which is doTERRA's #1 product. So I know so many of you are out there buying it. And it's a great way to top up on your Terrazyme and your PV Assist and your Mitre 2 Max. So I always purchase this way, and I grab 3 extras because it's just such good value for money. I can't go past it. And right, free stuff. Oh my God, you gotta love free stuff. Like seriously, free stuff is the best. doTERRA, when you participate in the loyalty rewards program, they just throw free stuff at you. It's so good. But they reward you every month. We have a product of the month that we can earn for free just by putting it through a particular order. Not only can you get rewarded with free stuff, you can also earn reward points if you order over a certain amount. And those reward points can then be used to redeem free stuff. Oh, that's just free stuff. And you have the ability to increase how many of these points you get. So, you know, you start off earning a certain amount of points per order, and it can max out at 30%. So, you know, to put it in perspective, if I'm ordering 100 PV worth of products, I now earn 30% back as reward points. So I get 30 points to spend per 100 PV. And that's a lot. That adds up so fast. And I'll show you in the next couple of slides on how I use those. And shipping. So shipping from your local warehouse is credited as reward points. So in Australia, we have a flat rate of $8, and you get 8 points back. It might even be $7.95. I don't know. But you get 8 points back. I am one of those crazy ladies that when I'm shopping online and you get that little ding and it comes up and it says, oh, you are $120 away from getting free shipping, which was like $9. I will still sit there and go, oh yeah, cool, I don't want to pay shipping. I'll see what else I can add. I'm that crazy lady. Don't know what it is about shipping. So you don't have to worry about that with doTERRA. You'll spend the money on shipping and you will get it back to vendors' points. So it's just so good. You don't get this if you just order one-off standard orders. You only get 50% back. So literally just by making one change and turning your standard order into an LRP, you get to take advantage of all of these things that doTERRA gives us. So this is just another reason why participating in the rewards program is so good. Okay, so this bit is a little bit confusing. When I first joined with doTERRA, I would ring my enroller and I would say, okay, so I think I've got it. And then I would tell her what I thought, and she would say, no, that's not right. So it took me about 6 months to really get my head around it. And now that I know how good it is, I just take full advantage of the LRP as much as I can. It's just, oh, it's so good. Right. So you have 2 things that we refer to when it comes to LRP. It's kind of a bummer that they both start with P because you can get them mixed up quite easily. So product value, or PV, I like to think of it as like a universal currency for doTERRA. So obviously we're all around the world. You know, people are buying in New Zealand dollars and Australian dollars and US dollars, UK pounds, you know, Japanese yen. Like we're all buying from our local warehouse. So it would just be impossible to constantly change what a product is actually worth worldwide due to the currency. So they have a PV value. So most products are allocated a value. Some are zero, but the majority of them have a product value. So whenever doTERRA do any, like with our monthly product of the month, when they try to set the value that you need to reach to get it, they set it in PV. So PV is your product value. When they have some quarterly promotions where you get even more free stuff, they will tell you it's a PV value that you have to reach in order to get it. So it's not based on dollar value. I think in the American warehouse it's quite close to 1-to-1, but it's not in Australia. And your order and the freebies and your redemption percentage, that's all based on the PV value, not the money spent. So you may be hearing this and thinking, I still don't get it. But hopefully as I go through it makes a little bit more sense. So short story is when I'm placing my LRP, it is always best to pay for the order, for the oils and the products that give you the highest PV return. So if I'm trying to get the free product of the month and I'm having to place 125 PV, you know, I'm trying to only spend about $140. So I always want to pay for the oils that give me the biggest PV back. And then the next thing is points earned. So yeah, it's quite hard because they both start with P and you start getting points and product value all mixed up. But points earned, they are slightly different. So when you purchase products, you actually earn a point value, and that's based on your redemption percentage. So when you first sign up with doTERRA and you take part in the LRP program, you generally start on 10%. So therefore, whatever PV you order, so if you order 100 PV worth of product, you can earn 10% of that value back as points. So 100 PV would give you 10 points. Now, like I said, I get 30% back. When I spend 100 PV, I get 30 points to spend. And then of course you add on your shipping. So generally every month I get at least 38 points to spend. And oh, do I like spending them. So that's as quick a basic summary as I can give of those. It is 100% okay if you still find it a little confusing. So I'll just cover the percentage for your points a little bit more, and a little bit of the flexibility and the requirements around the PV that you spend. So as I said, when you're starting with your LRP program, you generally start on 10% back unless you purchase one of the bigger kits and you start on either 15 or 20. So hopefully by the end of it, you might realize like, wow, now I know why it's such amazing savings to start on the bigger kits. But yeah, so when it comes to increasing your percentage, you'll start at 10%, and once you purchase an LRP order that is over 50 PV, you can advance your percentage. So you need to order three months worth. The cool thing about this is that they don't have to be consecutive. You don't have to order January, February, March in order to qualify. It just has to be cumulative. So you can order over 50 PV in January, under in February, under in March, over in April, and over in May. And then by June, you'll see that your percentage has gone up to 15%. So while you could accomplish the top 30% in a year, you could also do it over 2 years of ordering. But once you reach 30%, it's maxed out. So that's why you may see a lot of people saying that you have the potential, when you take advantage of the LRP program, to actually get 55% back, because we all get 25% off wholesale. And those of us that have participated in the LRP program for over a year, done the required order, we get additional 30% back. So that's why we are crazy oil ladies, because it's crazy not to be. It's so good. So that's the points and the percentage and how it can go up. And then just a little bit about the flexibility on the PV. So the great thing about doTERRA is that, like I said at the start, it's absolutely customizable, it's super convenient, and it's up to you. You do not have to order a particular amount every month. It depends on what you want. So if you order between 1 PV and 49 PV a month, it will maintain any percentage that you already have. So like me, I'm sitting on 30%. If there ever was a time that I did do under 50 PV, as long as I've done an order that month, I will still keep my 30% and I will keep any of the points that I've accrued. Obviously, I'm doing it as a business, so I never do under 50, but it's great to know that if anything happens, you can just put it down and get the bare minimum, and nothing will wipe any of that hard work that you've done, and you know, and those rewards that you've accumulated from doTERRA for being such a loyal customer. When you do over 50 PV, that'll advance your percentage until you've maxed out at 30, and then that will mean that you will earn points. So any order under 50, you're not earning points on it. So that's why at a bare minimum, I always tell my team, if you can, try to order 50, because you'll be getting at least 5 points back plus your shipping. So it's such an amazing program. When you order over 100 PV, then you're qualified to earn commissions. So that's another thing, guys. That is how amazing this business is. You literally just need to do 100 PV a month. That is your only requirement that you must do to get paid. Like, those overheads are, that is so low. That is such a low requirement to take part in this business opportunity, and that is what is amazing. And I'm pretty sure the majority of us struggle to keep it under 100 anyway, so it is not hard. 125 PV, that's the amount that's required if you want to get the free product of the month, and you must place it before the 15th. So again, it's really flexible. You can order on the 28th of the month if you like, but you're just not going to get the free product of the month, you know, if your order's over 125. It's so customizable. It's super convenient. It's all up to you. And then obviously sometimes when we have the 200 PV orders, that's when you can get the special offers and qualify for the high value oils. So our rewards program is so rewarding and so flexible. I just cannot sing the praises of LRP enough. And I am like a rewards program lover. I belong to them all. And this is hands down the best value for money. Yeah. If you're feeling a little like this, it's okay. You know, it's okay. I am trying to talk really fast so that you're not stuck here watching this for ages, but it's okay. The more you do it, the more you can see how amazing it is. And obviously just ask upline, comment underneath. These are just really the basics of why I love it and why it's so good. So my tips and tricks to maximize your money is buy the oils that give you the most PV for $1 and redeem for the products that use less points than dollars. I've got some slides coming up to show you that. And if you can, always order over 50 PV if you're wanting to reach that 30%. So those are my tips. At the very least, the 50 PV order, redeem with points those high value oils and buy the ones that give you the closest PV to the $1 that you're spending. So how can you figure this out? doTERRA actually have point redemption forms. So you can actually look this up. This is the Australian one. You can find your warehouse's one online. But this is what you would look up if you're wanting to see items on your wish list and how many points you would have to accrue if you wanted to redeem your points for them. So this is really, really awesome for the ones that are maybe out of your price range. You can stock up on the essential ones, and then have these wish list ones that you redeem every couple of months. So doTERRA really go out of their way to try and make sure that you can access every single oil and product possible. So I actually, even though there's these fancy redemption forms, I actually just go into my back office and figure it out. I probably do it the long way around, but I actually, I don't know, I enjoy it. So I've just cashed in a bunch of points. So I've got 43 here when I was doing this screenshot. So it's really easy to see, oops. It's really easy to see how to figure out what to purchase. So when you're looking here, say marjoram is, it costs $40.50 to buy, but the PV it will give you towards its order is $26.50. So, you know, for me, that's probably one that I would probably look at redeeming instead. However, if not something like lavender, it cost me $28 and I get $25.50 back in PV. So I actually get a lot closer to that 125 when I'm spending my money on something like that. Another easy one here, Clary Calm, $30.75, and I'm going to get 28 points back, PV back. Oh, see, even I mixed up those two P's. But this is a really easy way when you're wanting to hit a particular PV value of how you can do it closest to your dollar value. Also something like On Guard, it'll give you 37 PV towards your total value and it'll only cost you $40.75. Something like Douglas Fir, I always redeem my points for that. It would cost me $39, but would only give me $25.50 towards my total. So that's how I personally choose what I'm going to buy that month and what I'm going to redeem. So if you're not doing that, I highly recommend it. Like I highly recommend really using your purchases wisely and what you're buying, and that way you can always get a much higher PV value and therefore qualify for the freebies and promotions a lot easier. So this is an example of, oh, I really hope my head's not in the way of this. This is a 12-month example of using, of purchasing via LRP and the points. So this is of someone that's just started and they're on 10% LRP, and it's just showing you a typical LRP value if you were ordering 125 each month and then 200 in the months that we have the special promos. So if you see here, you start in January and Feb, you're on 10%, 10, 10, 10, and you'd be getting 20.5 points for that first order. And as you progress, your points continue to go up and up and up. And then obviously by the next month in Jan, you would be up to 30%. So from a year's worth of ordering, your points that you've accumulated from LRP plus your shipping, they total 441 points. And that's just from what you would be ordering monthly. So this is on top of all of that. You would get this from doTERRA to spend. So this is amazing. So in your monthly orders, you would have earned 441 points. Plus you've got to remember, because this example is showing you ordering 125 PV and 200 PV, that you're actually qualifying for the free oils as well. So this is a graphic that my awesome friend Joey Gordon done from Essentially Me. She's put in here the months that you could have qualified for it, but I've done this example just assuming that you've done it once. So if you look at this, not only do you get 12 free oils, because you get the free oil every month, there's 4 times when you get really high value oils for free. So it's totally worth it for those months to up your order. And for a year's worth, this was 2017, on top of the points earned, you got free oils to the value of $614.50. Like, that is amazing. I always go on and on and on about in classes how, you know, it took me a very long time with another rewards program to get a matching kettle and toaster. Yeah, I haven't let that go yet. There is an oil for that, but you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know so much about these rewards programs because I belong to every single one, and this is hands down the best bang for your buck. So if you want to see what 441 points looks like redeemed, this is just an example I did up. It would get you $568 worth of products. Like, that ain't nothing to be sniffed at, mate. That is awesome. You could get your Barrage for 91 points and it's worth 100. 51 points get you Manuka, where it would have cost you 73. 95 points will give you Helichrysum, which would have cost you $125 to buy. And Sandalwood is 71.5 and it would have cost you 110. And hello, the Touch Aromatherapy Kit, you can get that for 127 points. So I've told you how many points I get a month. It would take me 3 months to get enough points to get this for free. For free! Oh, just like, seriously, for free. Like, oh my goodness, you just have to get an LRP and you have to take advantage of it. It's so good. All right, I've lost what I'm talking about. But yeah, how good is that? That's for free, people, for free. That is what you get on top of all your orders. Okay, I'll calm down. All right. So on top of the products of the month and the 200 PVs, once you redeemed your points, that is $1,182.50 worth of freebies in a year. In a year. That is nearly like $100 worth of freebies a month. Like, yeah, you tell me what else gives you that many freebies. That is amazing. And this is just taken on a beginner's purse. Like, this is from someone that's just signed up. Now I'm going to show you an example of what I can get in a year. So this is the same example, the same PV value, but this is on an entire year at 30%. I get 636 points doing this because I'm now at 30%. So it's the exact same ordering. I would get the exact same freebies here, but you know, the $614.50 of freebies, but I would get 636 points because I have ordered through LRP for more than a year and I have maxed out at the 30%. So this is what I can redeem from 636 points. $827.25 worth of products. So it's the same oils that I had before, same products I had before, but you can also add frankincense for 68 points, which is $90. You can get the cleaner concentrate for 18. That's $18 for 14.5 points. You can get toothpaste, like that's less than 8 points. You could literally get a toothpaste every month for free by redeeming your shipping points. Okay, but ours last so long that you don't need to. And then you can also get these liter bottles of shampoo and conditioner for free. So, you know, that would last our family like 3 or 4 months, but you know, depending how many girls and long hair you have. Well, that was a terrible example. Just however many long-haired people you have in your house. But this is so much value. Again, this is the same ordering, but just after a year when I'm already on 30%. So I would get $1,441.75 worth of freebies. So you'll see, same PV total, the same money spent, yet I get nearly $260 more freebies because I have reached 30%. Woo! Like, it's worth it, y'all. It is so worth it. So good. I think I've been sniffing too much peppermint because I'm pretty excited. So right, amazing, right? Amazing. But there's actually one more epic thing you can do. And I didn't say it at the start, but it's actually the best. I know I've said everyone's best, but this is the best. There's one more thing you can do with the LRP. One more thing you can get. And it's not steak knives. This is the best. Like, oh, the fact that we have this opportunity is just amazing. I've said that, amazing, right? Yeah, this is it. Hope and Rose. Yeah. So these beautiful products, the Hope lotion, or the Hope roller and the Rose lotion, These are products that contribute to our Healing Hands Foundation. Any of you that followed my trip to Nepal, you would have seen the hospital that was built on the back of these purchases. Me and you get access to this, y'all. We get to do this. We get the opportunity to buy this every month and have it directly impact people. So when I was explaining before the PV and how most products have a PV value, Hope and Rose don't, because no one is getting any commissions or anything off this. doTERRA are covering the cost of the production and the packaging, and your 26 Australian dollars that you buy, that you spend, it goes to Healing Hands. Not the profits, not a portion, 100%. You spend $26, you get a beautiful Hope or Rose lotion, or both, get them both, 26 each, and all of that money goes to Healing Hands. Every single bit, every single bit. So good. Like, come on, it's so amazing. And this is what you have the power to do. And you know, and personally, I believe if you're doing this as a business, these make fantastic gifts. You know, that you can be adding to your orders every month, and gifting as host packs or gifting as giveaways to your team. Like, you do not need any more reasons to add these to your LRP. These are amazing. What Healing Hands can accomplish with the money from this is amazing. And I've seen it firsthand in the hospital built in Nepal. To be a part of that, people. And so I'll give you a few little numbers, because I like numbers. So what impact can you have? If you purchased one item in a month, you would give $26 to Healing Hands. This is all in Aussie dollars, sorry. If you purchase both in a month, you would be giving $52. So in a year, if you could add Hope to your LRP every month for a year, you personally would have given $312 to Healing Hands. $312. If you add both, that's $624. That's the impact that you are having. That's amazing. That's amazing that you can do that. And you know, in your pajamas at 2 a.m., 2 p.m., whenever. Just by clicking add to cart. So that's what impact you can have. But like, look at this. What impact can your team have? 50 members. 50 members in your team. 50 of them add one of those to their cart. In 1 month, your team would have raised $1,300. Isn't that epic? $1,300. If everyone's adding two, that's $2,600. Hello. If in a year, 50 of your team are getting just one, that's $15,600. Can you imagine the impact that 50 people in your team are having? Amazing, amazing. 1,000 members. Look at those numbers, man. $624,000 to Healing Hands. Oh, that's epic. That is epic. Okay, so if you're watching this and you have a huge team, tell them 1,000 of them. If they bought one item a month, that's $312,000 going to Healing Hands. Okay, there are 6 million users in the world. Oh, there's probably 7 by now. Like, you know, it's growing so fast. So I just want you to see that, as well as the convenience, the value for money, and the free stuff. Look at this. Just marinate on that a little bit. That is over $500,000. It just your team could do. You know, and if you're not at 1,000 members yet, what a goal. Like, what a goal. How amazing is that? So yeah, I think my little excitedness has just made me rant on for a little bit. But hopefully this has given you some tips and tricks how to make the most of your LRP, make sure you know you're getting the highest PV that you can, and just really taking advantage of this amazing, amazing program. Okay, Bye. Oh, that's my face.